there's a group of pretty young ladies driving
white horses.
Flags.
Is this the Hardin Simmons?
Oh, and here comes the band behind them.
I think so.
Hardin Simmons Band. Nice to see them from Abilene. There's a young roper coming around the corner.
Showing her roping skills, it looks like.
Concho Valley Republican women's float this morning.
Coming up behind them, we've got the Santa Rita Falcon cheerleaders. I love seeing all these cheerleaders out this morning, and they're sitting on some hay bales, and there's about 20 of them this morning, including the Falcon cheerleaders in their Falcons uniforms. Oh, looks like even maybe a mascot too.
Somebody stayed awake all night blowing up balloons.
That's right. It's pretty. It's pretty. These floats are great. Here comes another one. Red, white, and blue, and gold.
We've got the AAA Loans and Tax Service. Their Western tire.
Lots of hay bales on this float. We were talking about how there was a hay shortage for a little while because so much of it was going to Amarillo after the wildfires. More cheerleaders. We have hundreds of cheerleaders today. Joey, 1 o'clock for the matinee, and then...
There's another performance at 7:30 tonight.
This is the quick turnaround.
Yeah, and then tomorrow at 2 p.m. And then next week it starts off Thursday at 7:30, Friday at 7:30, Saturday at 1. It's a full weekend next weekend.
Gets longer each time. The Lakeview cheerleaders.
Exactly.
Nice to see. Conexión San Angelo. Started by Gregorio Gutierrez, who we lost a few years ago.
The last Saturday, which would be, I guess, the 20th or 20th, I guess, is the big day of the premium sale, and that's when the cent shootout.
And then after that, they're having the new event, the Tejano Day on Sunday.
On Sunday. So
free rain coffee. They were out at the fairgrounds yesterday.
I
don't see Rip. He's not here.
No, he's not in there. But we do.
Where's Rip?
We do have Steve and Cindy Hall and some employees from Free Rain Coffee in there this morning.
Yeah.
Here are our horses who perform security at the state capitol in Austin, the Texas Mounted Horse Patrol Unit, part of the Texas Department of Public Safety. Gorgeous big horses. Nice to have them in town for the parade this morning.
We've got the Angelo Catholic School coming up behind him. We might see some rodeo clowns, bull riders, and some eagles on this float here. Let's see, they're passing us. Let's see what we see. Oh, I see the rodeo clown. He's up front waving at us. Oh, and another roper too.
That's several ropers doing constant roping. That's a loaded float. All right, as we look off down Concho, this guy looks a little taller than usual, would you say?
Yes, he is.
I agree.
Yes, he is. Say a little bit about one of the things that the stock show and rodeo is the most proud of. You know, you see all the people come and all the money that's raised, but the money that we raise at the stock show is really used to support our scholarship program to help local youth go to school. And I understand that this year we're going to give away 20 $10,000 scholarships next month. Also, one $20,000 scholarship. So that is just an amazing feat.
And that happens during the annual dinner
during
each
the
year.
annual meeting, and it's just incredible
how it's grown.
How it's grown over the years and what it's done for
Doran was telling us last night, I think it was when he first started on the sales committee, something like under 100,000, and it's up to, you know.
Yeah, I remember the days when we thought if we could hit 100,000, we were really doing something.
Looks like that's
it's
generous
going
community.
over $1 million. It's crazy.
Looks like that one was the Hispanic Heritage.
It is.
Yes. All the fun colors on
New
that
organization,
one.
And they help with the Dia de los Muertos celebration every year too. Another riding group, the Jones County Cowgirls. They were the 50 Cowgirls. They've been around for 4 years. They're from Anson. Girls of all ages learn about companionship and horseback riding, and they take part in parades and rodeos around the state. They were in 20 of them last year.
Here we've got the Cornerstone Christian School, and looks like we've got the Cornerstone Christian School cheerleaders this morning in their uniforms.
40-something Cowgirls won first place in the non-commercial wagon. Didn't mention that a few minutes ago.
And then here we've got the San Angelo Association of Realtors this morning.
That's a loaded pickup truck. Hi, morning.
We got our friends from South Plains Implement, John Deere dealer here.
Is that somebody in the bed back there? Now that looks comfy. The very back.
Driving a couple of gators and a big old tractor.
That thing's huge. What do you call that?
Well,
you can take your friends with you.
You know, the thing about it is that I can't see the model in turn.
Wow.
That's a 370 horsepower tractor.
Wow.
That's about the typical size what farmers around here use. And they're only about $400,000.
That or your house? Well, that has air conditioning and all the comforts.
They're a little expensive these days.
Another band for us this morning, the Wildcat Band from Water Valley. The band director, David Andrews, drum major, Triton Lions, and Captain Corbin, too, and even the principals this morning.
Nice to see them. Another volunteer fire truck.
It's also from Water Valley.
Those things can go anywhere over anything.
I've never seen a green fire truck before.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's bright green. East Concho Volunteer Fire Department also in the parade today. You know, they often work together, too, depending on where the emergency is.
Yeah, they don't just worry about their own little area. They go wherever they're needed.
Here it looks like we've got Lopez Roofing showing off their banner this morning, and in their Western wear showing their excitement for the rodeo.
Pediatric Dentistry of San Angelo, another rodeo themed float with lots of hay bales. Balloons on the side instead of in the air. You know, that's a little easier. It's a little windy. Some really little cowboys on that float. That's an antenna.
That's some more kiddos coming. I think it's a
SanAngeloToGo.com. Is that a selfie? That's not.
I don't know what they're doing.
I don't know what that is either.
With San Angelo to Go, those were the McGill Elementary cheerleaders.
Oh, look at this horse and buggy. Surrey coming along. Wrapping up. Oh, from Geller Farms. Carrie Geller and Charlie Geller.
Wow.
Red and white Surrey. That gray Percheron pulling the Surrey is named Jerry. And he has his, did you see what kind of stable sheet he has on? Texas A&M.
Yes. Haleigh restored that buggy all herself. Did a lot of work on it.
It looks really nice and smooth. Smooth ride.
And here we go. The final entry in the parade is the Pooper Scooper. And it's doing an excellent job as usual.
Well, with the rodeo parade, you have to do that. That's the way it goes. So from here, people can just pack up and kind of start heading out toward the Coliseum.
That's right. Please get out there and go hit the fairgrounds, go see all the exhibits, go to the carnival.
Are the fine arts exhibits over in the Spur Arena like they were last year?
Yeah, in the Spur Arena. And then, so I want to remind you, you can go get a Carnival Super Pass for $125. And
that gets you on.
Get you into the fairgrounds and let you ride all the rides.
As much as you want to.
As much as you want, I guess.
Which is great. So really, too, you don't even have to have a ticket to the rodeo to go out. Have you been out to the fairgrounds yet?
No,
you don't have to go to the rodeo. You know, it's there's so many things to do at the fairgrounds. Like I say, the cooking competition out there today, and some of the little mini Hereford show, and
which is kind of nice. You know, the rodeo a couple of years ago we switched from winter to stock show. Still takes place all the time in the usual schedule, but this is the rodeos now. But it's nice to be able to go to the cattle barn and see some of the entries.
And now that the city has gone through and fixed Chadburn Street, it's an amazing trip now. You can drive down Chadburn and not lose your teeth.
smoother trip.
Or your wheel. You know, Boyd.
Bust a tire.
Boyd Paul Hemus was actually talking about that during the rodeo last night.
Yes.
He said, everybody raise your hand if you're happy to go down Chadburn now. But city crews worked really to get that done.
Amazing how quickly they got that done and did such a good job.
Well, have you been down the new Chadburn yet?
Oh, yes.
Smooth?
Yes,
Nice,
it's great. It's wonderful. So I'm glad we got that done.
Yeah, very
Now we just have a few more, but anyway.
Right, a few more projects, but usually the parking lot gets full on Saturday, too.
And the nice thing about separating the stock show and the rodeo is the parking is a whole lot better. When the stock show and rodeo were combined, it was really tough to find a parking place.
Well, and it's not just for people who go, but for the exhibitors and everything. I mean, there's so much traffic, and a lot of people think it doesn't start until Friday, the first night of the performance, but there have been hundreds of ropers and barrel racers coming in and out of the fairgrounds, since Monday. For all the slack competition.
Yes, and I understand, I think Tuesday they're having the slack for the breakaway roping, which is a new event in our rodeo.
Yes.
And I got tickled. Some people were kind of confused because the ladies, when in the breakaway roping, they catch and then pull the slack, and the rope just breaks away from the saddle, and that's when they cut the time. Well, there were people going, well, they aren't any good. They're not. They let the rope get away from it. It was funny. But anyway, that's what it's supposed to be.
Right. Well, it's new, and the thing is, it happens so quickly, too, because usually it's steer wrestling is the quickest, and you see that in 3 or 4 seconds, but this is even faster.
Yeah,
I mean,
this can get below 2 seconds.
It is incredible. In fact, 2:09 was the fastest last night for the, I think there were just about 5 or 6 qualified runs, but, and she was even saying, Crawford was even saying that she's probably going to go away because they're going to get a lot quicker.
Yeah. In the slack, they're going to be no holds barred. They're going to be throwing that loop before they really get going.
And competing, comparing this, contestants love it, but it is a little bit smaller. It's a smaller, tighter arena.
Yes, it is. It's very small, and it makes for, especially the team roping and the bulldogging and those type of events, it makes it a challenge. And the barrel racers, too, because they don't have such a big
run out.
Yeah, exactly. So it's challenging for all of them.
Saw Pete Carr last night. He's doing well. He's been busy. Brought a lot of horses from Canada. There were a lot of bareback horses from Canada last night.
One of the things Pete has brought to our rodeo since he started several years ago is just some outstanding rough stock. Especially the bucking horses have been just incredible ever since he's taken it. So it's really improved our rodeo.
It's something to see. It's incredible. The scores are doing really well. There was a 90-point bull ride last night.
Oh, wow.
Which will probably, that guy's coming back.
Yeah.
We had several bronc rides up in the 80s.
Of course, the top